One side who aren't often associated with sevens, but will be hoping to claim the last spot at this summer's Olympics, are Ireland. And one man who's keen for his country to become a bigger force in the game is their most capped player, Brian O'Driscoll.
I would be all for the opportunity for players to go and compete in Olympics, first of all. I think we have a long way to go to being competitive at that level. And you'll see the level of expertise of the sevens players. Some 15s players have tried to come across with limited and mixed success, I should say. And I think there's probably a lot of sevens players that have wry grins in their faces, with the knowledge that it isn't as easy as it might look. You can't just think you can finish playing one code and pick up another and have a seamless transition. So it's an art form in itself. It's a very different game, but it's bloody exciting. It was interesting just talking to Brian Habana about his attempt to go and play in the Olympics, and he said he's been around the block a long time and he's played sevens before and with a lot of success, but he said it is so bloody tough. He said the training is horrific, and even I think particularly as an older player where when you cool down the body seizes up a little bit more, but they have to get going again, warm up again, and play three games in a day. And for me that bangs of the need for young guys that don't have the aches and pains of the seasoned veterans like himself. I think the issue with sevens and in a country as small as Ireland is splitting your resources. There's a huge focus on 15s. That's our strength in Ireland. We probably bat above our average for the actual playing numbers within the country comparative to other nations. It's third or fourth choice sport from a popularity point of view, so people aren't aware of all of those things. So I think we do okay, but from an Irish perspective I think it'll be a feeder into the 15s game rather than maybe an entity itself.
Having won 141 caps over a 15-year career, few men are better placed to understand the rigours of international rugby, and he thinks a global rugby calendar could have a positive effect on the game.
I think the issue with amalgamating the two seasons into a global season is that someone's going to have to miss out on a season at some point, or someone's going to have to double up, and that becomes a monetary issue. And who is the one that gives the inch, and who's the one that gives more than they take? In a perfect world, if it was a global season, it has its upside where you're going to be playing on firmer ground, more attractive definitely in this part of the world. I think even now you see in the UK and Ireland in particular, since the pitches have dried up, the games have been a much higher quality, much easier on the eye, and players want to play in those conditions. They don't want to play in torrential rain in December when it's miserable and it's dark at 4 o'clock. They want to play and entertain. Certainly from an outside back point of view, the weather conditions and poor underground footing is an equaliser. You want it to be firm, and so it all points towards, yes, it would be great to have a global season, but whether it'll happen or not, or whether it's just a bit of chit-chat, we'll have to wait and see.